AllyFitness, the social media TV network for your city.
Hello, this is Nashville's Best, where we focus on Nashville's best businesses. Today we're focusing on Allyson Shumate, owner of AllyFitness. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Tara.
We've been friends for a long time.
I'm
so happy to have you here today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Now, you had a huge career shift, I know. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to start AllyFitness.
Well, as you know, I was a project manager for over 20 years on major capital construction projects. I always had a very hectic, stressful job. And I know firsthand how hard it is to manage career, family, other responsibilities while trying to stay active and eat right and healthy. And so along the way, I kind of figured it out, and I wanted to just share. I'm very passionate about health, wellness, and fitness, and I just want to share it with other women. I think women tend to struggle with that balance more so than men do.
I agree with you. I know I've struggled with that balance myself so many times.
Yeah.
And Allie, you and I have been at so many fun events together, and I've noticed whenever you're talking to other people, just your enthusiasm, your passion just shines through. Why are you so passionate? I know you have your own fitness story.
I do, and I think I love to share that story because for years I was a runner, a cardio bunny. I think women tend to focus too much on cardio. I used to run about 5 or 6 miles every day, and one day I was walking my dog, and about a block from my home I couldn't walk, and I thought I was going to have to crawl home. And I pretty much had plantar faciitis, which people who run a lot are familiar with it, but I had it in both feet. And it's very painful. And so I was freaking out, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to manage my stress? How am I going to keep my weight down? What am I going to do? And this was many years ago before Facebook and apps and smartphones. And so I had bought some magazines and had some dumbbells. And I went from running about an hour a day to working out 3 days a week for about 45 minutes with some dumbbells. And after 6 weeks, I dropped to jean size.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And then I started just doing more and more research, and that's when I decided to become a personal trainer.
Gosh, that sounds amazing. How many women would love to drop a jean size?
And working out in less than half the time.
Oh, I know. I would love that. Well, tell me a little bit more about how, if I want to lose some pounds and inches, how could I work with you? What would that program look like?
Well, all my programs come with nutritional consultation and exercise programming. I really don't like my clients to focus on the scale. The key is to keep your muscle and lose the fat. And when you're doing that, the scale can be very slow to move, and people get discouraged. So we do measurements, and we focus on how our pants fit and trying to just shrink instead of worrying about a number on the scale.
Wow.
And so the key really is working multiple muscles multiple times a week. So instead of doing like legs and abs one day and chest and back the other day, we hit every muscle 3 times a week. In my program, you work out 3 times a week for about 45 or 50 minutes. Again, nutrition is a big component. I try to just get people to eat right and eat clean, which is whole, real food, and get away from processed food. And generally, if people follow the program, they're going to lose inches and drop sizes. And we've also had a lot of success with health issues. I have one client who had pretty progressed osteopenia, and we've able to reduce that by over 50%.
Wow.
I've had another client that's been able to get off her blood pressure medication, another client who's been able to significantly reduce the amount of insulin she has to take at each meal. So it's all about really exercising for your health.
Yes, that's amazing. The idea of being able to help someone like you do actually make changes in their health for the better. That must be so rewarding.
It really is. It really is.
I also have to admit, I'm one of those women who has been in the past obsessed with the scale. So I love what you're saying about, so it's not about getting on the scale and obsessing about that every day. You're saying it's more about losing those inches?
Right. In fact, one of my clients who's been with me for several years, and her body has completely changed. She wasn't a big person, but she's dropped 2 pant sizes, and she hasn't lost a pound.
Oh, wow.
So it's just all a lot tighter.
Gosh,
know?
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
share with us a little bit about, I know you have some corporate programs and other services you offer. What are those like?
Right. Well, I do corporate wellness consulting for small companies to try to help them develop and implement an ongoing wellness program. I do on-site health coaching, on-site workouts, as well as I have a 6-week program that's a little more focused.
Okay.
That I can just go in. It's more like a diet nutrition overhaul competition.
Oh, that's great. And Ally, as we wrap up, share with us, I know you've got a program coming up through the holidays and after the holidays. What's
Well,
that?
a couple of things.
Yeah.
Over the holidays, I was sharing with you, most
Yes.
people gain between 7 to 10 pounds over just between like Thanksgiving and New Year. So the goal, I think, for everybody is just try to maintain. If you can get by without being in worse shape, that's always good. It's a busy time of year, so get in as much activity as you can, even if that means just parking at the back of the parking lot when you're doing your Christmas shopping.
Yes.
I have a holiday survival guide out there on my website, which is AllyFitness.com. That's $9.99, and it has a lot of tips for saying, getting through the holidays without much damage. And then in January, I'm having a thinner winter contest, which anybody can join, and it's we do it based on measurements. It's a 7-week. So there's a program you can do if you can come into my studio and work out with me. There's also one you can do on your own, and there'll be cash and prizes.
Wow. Ally, I have to tell you, I'm so impressed by all the different things you're doing. There's so many different programs to appeal to different people depending on their needs. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed talking with you. And thank you for joining us on Nashville's Best. I'm Kara Bates Jennings.